This meeting is being recorded.
So I just wanted to let you guys know this because I just looked at this again. And when you set up your stream before, like I showed you guys to do many times, and then you can set it up, but then when you go live on Zoom, it's actually reverting that to Fathom. So I don't know why that's happening, but once I actually got into the meeting, I had to go back and edit that live streaming area. So if you guys are doing this, just know if you are going to go live to that custom stream option, that you will have to go back in at least until I figure out how to stop converting it to Fathom. So anyway, hopefully all is well this time.
Hello, hello. Hey,
Hello,
Bridget.
Bobby, how are you?
I'm doing good. Let me turn on my camera and I am ready to get started. I think Sean is going to be joining here shortly. But we can get started. I'll be the one kind of going through everything. I really appreciate you inviting me again.
Hang on
Always.
just 1 second because we haven't gone live yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I just want to make sure before you get into all that we're actually live. I'm just letting people in here, and then we are going to go live in 2 minutes.
Okay.
And then we are going to be, just most people know this by this point, but just for everyone else, we are going to be live streaming to YouTube and the communities, Facebook, basically everywhere, LinkedIn.
Awesome.
All of that. And then what I do, Javi, just for your own knowledge, I take the clips from the live stream on Fridays, and then I chop them up and make short form videos out of them. So it'll also be on TikTok and YouTube.
Oh, that's awesome.
And yeah, I
Awesome.
like to be multifunctional, multi-purpose, everything I do.
Yeah, okay, maybe that's a little bit better.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go live. I'm going to show people, how to get current members, how to get access to the meeting. And we'll go ahead and get started. So let me go live here.
Let me put.
And I want to make sure, because things have been so crazy, I want to make sure I'm actually live. All right, so we're live. Cool. Welcome, everyone. Today is Friday, which means it is our weekly group coaching session with our visionary resellers. I'm so excited to have Javi and Sean here from FormWise. I get questions all the time about how do I create like an internal tool for my team, or how do I kind of put ChatGPT on steroids? How can I use that to create a tool that will generate the response that I want myself or my clients to get? That solution is FormWise. So I'm super excited to have you guys here. I do want to share with you how to get access to today's meeting if you're a reseller in our program. So let me share my screen here. You want to go inside of the dashboard, and you're going to go to the community tab. You want to go to the events calendar here, and you could just click on today's meeting. Once you click this link, it'll take you right into the Zoom room. You do need to be a member of our reseller community to get access or to join us in today's session. However, you can watch live on YouTube. And if you're in our free community, you can go to the events calendar, click there, and it'll take you right to the YouTube video. If you're not a member of our program and you would like to join, whether it's our free community or our reseller program, you can do that at myvisionagency.com. You can sign up for a high-level account, get our program for free, or you can join our program here. If you're a current high-level member, you can get access to our software bundle, which includes all of our tools in one place. And like I said, you can join our free community here, book a private call with me. Now, Javi and Sean are going to talk about FormWise. So if you go to myvisionagency.com/FormWise, that is my affiliate link, you'll be able to access today's meeting. And you'll also be able to access my affiliate link here to create your free account of FormWise to get started. You'll also be able to see all of the previous training that I've done on FormWise. And then, of course, if you want to get access to my brand, because I do add this to my high-level agency, it's one of those super cool things that we can do with FormWise. So if you wanted to get access to that, you can check all of that out there. Let me stop sharing here and let Ray in. Hobby. So many cool
All
things
right.
have been happening in FormWise. I'm so excited.
Yes. No, yeah, like this space is moving so quick. Sometimes we feel like we're surfing and we're on a big tsunami because literally every single week something new is happening in this space. And sometimes we're just trying to keep up and we're trying to, get these things in the hands of our users so they can continue to build really powerful use cases for their audiences, whether it's a course or they're also resellers of the software that you teach people to resell, or maybe they're just an author and they want to build a cool AI companion for their book or something like that. Or we're going to talk a little bit about all those cool use cases. But yeah, I mean it's an exciting space to be, and yeah, every week I learn something new from our users.
I love that FormWise kind of bridges the gap between it. Basically, you can create really advanced for the non-techie person. Like that's what's cool about FormWise. You don't have to really be like a big techie person to create these cool tools. But I love how it bridges the gap because we don't really want to tell our clients, yeah, here we created this GPT. All you need is a chat GPT account and then get logged in and then you can use this thing. And then, once we ask the first question, with it's like that's pretty much where it stops. We hope our prompt is going to continue on in the conversation, but we really want to capture the exact information that we need to generate the response that we want. So I love that FormWise allows you to do that.
Yes, and it is really a big evolution in the info space. In the first wave, experts, people with insights that wanted to monetize that expertise would, build an ebook or a PDF or some type of lead magnet or course content. Now we're seeing a big rush in all these experts and people who want to, monetize their expertise, AIify it. Because through AIifying things, whether it's through a Copilot or a little suite of tools for your audience, that seems to be kind of where everything is going. I mean, it feels like every software on the internet is adding some type of AI feature within the platform. And especially if you're a GHL reseller or you're a consultant or you're a course creator, some type of content creator, where again, you're building things for your audience, you want to incorporate that AI stuff within your value ladder. Whether it's a course, especially if it's a course, a course could be a one-time product you sell, or it could be a recurring product if you do embed AI within it. And I'll show you some examples. I have permission to share some really cool use cases of some users that are doing some really cool things. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited to share my screen, Bridget, whenever we're ready, and I can kind of dive in
Go right ahead.
and share all that stuff. Cool, awesome.
And
So
if you guys, for all of you guys joining, if you have questions, you know the drill. Just go ahead and raise your hand, and we'll get to you.
yes, and Sean, if you just watch that chat for me, I am, how I go tunnel vision sometimes.
We gotcha.
Awesome, cool. So yeah, like Bridget said, FormWise is a AI tool builder. I like to really call ourselves a form builder. That's kind of why our name's called FormWise, because if you know how to build a form on the internet, if you've ever published a form on Google or Typeform, Go High Level, whatever it may be, you know how to build an AI tool. If you know how to use ChatGPT, you know how to build an AI tool in FormWise. And there's really two types of tools you're able to create with FormWise. I'm going to touch on some of the use cases today, but there is a plethora of them, and I'm only going to touch on the most common ones that are really the low-hanging fruit. So the two types of tools you're able to create in FormWise are CoPilots and SmartForms. And I'm going to show you an example of both of them here before I dive into the guts. The copilots are basically white label ChatGPT, GPTs with your custom instructions, your data, your branding, and you can embed them anywhere. Smart forms are more traditional forms where you add some fields, your end user fills it out, and then it spits out a AI generated response. I'm going to show you a few of those forms kind of in some demo pages I've set up specifically for this call. This is just a landing page I just whipped up inside of GHL. This is a FormWise tool that's embedded on the landing page. So think if you are a marketer and your end users are gyms, maybe you could build a lead magnet for them. Maybe you are an online fitness coach and you want to build some type of tool that builds workout plans, meal plans. You can build a cool smart form, and I'm going to show you what this looks like in the wild. And you can. I'm just going to go through these really quick. You can collect information from the end user, and all of these fields are being mapped into the prompt on the back end. And I'll show you how easy that is. Um, and it's going to send back a custom response. So I'm just going to put my email here. And by the way, you can hook these smart forms into a workflow or into Zapier if you need to send this data into a third-party application, maybe your CRM. And again, here's just a really cool way to deliver a personalized result, to deliver value immediately. So this is what I would call the lead magnet use case. So if you are an expert, maybe you want to build a tool that somebody fills out a few questions and then it delivers a result based on your framework. Maybe you are a business coach, maybe you're a marriage coach. We have all types of users in different niches that are coaches, and they want to sort of map that expertise, that sort of IP that's in a prompt, but they don't want to give away the prompt. They don't want to give their audience a spreadsheet, fill in the blank prompts, because as Bridgett said, they go to GPT and you don't know if they're activating. And again, it's kind of feels weird to just give somebody a document that then they're going to go copy paste elsewhere. You want to control this, and you want to have this in your environment, in your ecosystem. You want to be able to essentially put your stamp of approval on it and ensure that when they fill out what's on the form, they're getting that repeatable and consistent output each and every time. So again, this is just a simple example. I'm going to show you another example. Would be
Can I say how much I love this though? Because there are some people in our program who are working with network marketing companies like weight loss, and you cannot advertise for weight loss, especially on Facebook. But you can use something like this where you're giving value, so they're more incentivized to actually click the link, and they have to give you the email address to get access to the generated prompt there, or the information. So you're not promoting like, hey, lose 20 pounds. You're promoting, hey, check out our fitness plan, or generate your fitness plan, whatever your call to action is. Love this so much. Okay, sorry.
And what's cool is we actually have users who are running Facebook ads straight to a tool, and they paywall the tool. So, and by the way, we'll talk a little bit towards the end on this really cool upcoming feature called login mode, where you can monetize these tools really easy with Stripe. But currently, right now, even without login mode, people are running little Facebook traffic ads straight to landing pages like this, and they gate access to the tool until they pay. And then one is a resume builder. Somebody built a resume builder on FormWise where somebody puts in their information and they get some really detailed insights. And really, it's just a prompt doing the magic. But again, we'll talk about the guts here in a minute. I want to show you guys a few more examples. This is it's just a sample landing page I made. This would be like a leadership coach. And we actually do have people in this particular niche, but I didn't want to actually use their real tools. So I built a tool that I know they have in their account that's more of a leadership assessment. Mine's a really simple tool. Mine's a 2-question tool on, hey, what's your leadership style? Or no, actually, I think this is a leadership growth diagnostic, right? So this will, if I answer this, I'm gonna just put, what's my leadership style? Let's see, I like to lead by example, right? So that's my leadership style. And my team dynamics, I need to be able to motivate my team more. And then I hit analyze and diagnose. And again, it's taking these inputs, and there's a prompt on the back end that says, hey, using these inputs, generate a assessment result, right? And then it's giving me a whole custom assessment. Now, it's being cut off because I did this really quickly, and you can actually embed and control all that and add some padding. So that was my bad. But you can make this look much nicer. You can add your theme. Of course, you can white label it. You can turn off the FormWise branding. You can add CSS to make it look more beautiful, to match the branding, add a background image, all that cool stuff. But yeah, so here's just an example of another tool. And the third tool I'm going to sort of show is the copilots. So the copilots are fairly new. We launched copilots about 5 months ago, but now they're actually the most used type of tool that people build inside of FormWise, and they're super easy to build because all it is it's essentially, I don't want to use the word chatbot, but it's a copilot in the sense that just like you can build a GPT in OpenAI, you can also build copilots in FormWise in the exact same way. Custom instructions, choose the AI engine, you can upload a PDF so it can be trained on that, and then you can embed these tools anywhere you want. So again, this is just an example of a real estate marketing plan builder that, again, people are embedding these copilots in courses, they're embedding them in their CRM, they're embedding them on their website, they're using them as lead magnets as well. But more so, we really want to lean into the word copilot because I foresee a future where it's going to be very easy to integrate these with databases. And what I mean by that is if you use something like Go High Level or HubSpot or Salesforce, imagine building a copilot for a client that can also read what's in their CRM, that can talk to them about their customers. And that's kind of where we're building our product. So you can build these really niche and incredibly valuable tools in a matter of minutes for a client. Imagine one that could read their QuickBooks or could read their Shopify stats or their email stats or their contacts and their leads. That would be a really effective copilot to resell, and it would be under your brand, and you can embed it anywhere. So without further ado, I'm going to kind of jump a little bit into the actual platform itself, but I want to just to catch my breath for a second and answer any questions. I've not looked at the chat if there's any questions at all, or if you have any questions, Bridget, before I jump into the platform.
I don't have any questions, but I'm excited to see.
Perfect. Awesome. Okay.
Oh, Rick does have a question there.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
Are you able to embed this in the GHL communities?
Yes, we have a lot of people in. So I've already asked the CTO of GHL, and he promised me he would run it off the flagpole. That communities is going to get custom iframe links, which would be huge, not just for FormWise, but just for anybody that wants to iframe things inside of a community. At the moment, you can embed it inside of the memberships area, which what I mean by that is if you are a course builder and you're using the course building functionality of GHL, when you add a lesson, you can embed these tools in there. As a matter of fact, if I get time, I'll show you an example of how easy that's done. It's just embedding the code. It's just embed code. And if you can embed it in the lesson plan, you should be good to go. Go ahead,
same too, Javier. Don't forget to show them like how we use the AI toolkit on the menu link side too.
Yes.
They'll be interested in that.
Yeah, I actually wanted to ask Bridget before I did that. Bridget, would your audience find it useful to show it how it's embedded in GHL?
Sure.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah.
You guys do know though, if you go to my dashboard and you click on the tab that says Content AI, that's FormWise. I don't hide the branding. I keep that little FormWise tag on there because just I don't hide anything I do. Let's get Charles's question real fast, and then I would love for you guys to dive in and show, because we're techie, right? In this community, we are techie geeks, and so we're really excited to see all the techie stuff. Charles, go ahead.
And I think I totally misunderstood, so I just need some clarification. With the Copilot, you're saying that, or what I understood is that it could be attached to your CRM and then it can analyze the data in it?
Very soon with our function call feature, you will be able to do that. So let me kind of jump into a quick GHL I have open here. So inside of this white label GHL, this is a white label version of GHL. We have actually, before I jump into this, I just want to show you one thing because I want to take it step by step, and a bad habit I have is just going straight into the weeds, and I want to show you the big picture first. So all of these tools, a SmartForm, and a Copilot, if you wanted to embed them all in one place and you wanted to have a collection of your tools, I believe Bridget has this embedded in her CRM. That's called a toolset. And you're able to have a toolset like this where you can add all of your tools on a single page, and then you can embed this page within your GHL, within your community, within your course builder, whatever environment or ecosystem your audience and end users live in. That's what you would embed. That way you don't have to embed a ton of tools in one place. You can just take one piece of code or one URL and iframe that within GHL. So if you are a GHL reseller, you can just grab the direct link and add it as a custom menu link, which I have one here. And GHL has been slow for me this morning. I think we'll be good. Okay, yeah, here it is. This tool set that I have open in my browser here, I actually have it in my GHL in here. And this top part is hidden to the users. This is just only I see this because I'm logged into, I am logged into FormWise. But I have all of my tools in here, and I have them categorized by folder. You're able to add folders. And I can add more of my tools that I created in FormWise in here for my sub-account users to use. I even built a ChatGPT clone inside of FormWise. And I'll show you, this is like the easiest tool to build because all you have to do is add the prompt, answer any input to the best of your ability. So this is something we offer our GHL community. This is like, these are a bunch of tools that are, again, sort of pre-built to generate different outcomes. Now, we're not in a niche. We're not really the best example of a GHL reseller. So in a way, I would recommend you build a tool set that is industry specific, especially if you have a core avatar. Like, instead of broad welcome series emails, maybe if you serve roofers, you have roofer specific AI tools, and they're able to go in here and use all of your tools, all of your SmartForms and all of your copilots in one place. So that's a good way to deliver it. Again, if you are not a GHL reseller, you can still embed this toolkit inside of your courses, inside of your membership area. We even have some people embedding it within WordPress. So you do have that flexibility. Yeah, did anybody have a question? Sorry. Oh, thought I heard something. Sorry. Okay.
I just want to say I absolutely love, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, why have I not yet created a form that all the members can fill out that will help them sell our AI Ads Manager and sales bots and high level, meaning to generate the prompt for like the voice AI, the conversation AI, all of those things. That's exactly what you would use FormWise for. Like for your niche specific, the things that you want them to be able to easily generate. I love this.
Yes, and I was just helping out this morning because we offer office hours and we offer support, prompt engineering support if you need help building your tool. And I was just helping out a coach earlier this morning that her audience is basically people who want to start a podcast. So she built a bunch of tools, first coming up with your podcast, establishing your unique authority, your expertise, coming up with your podcast name, the podcast titles, the topics, like basically fleshing all of that out that's in her blueprint step by step in one tool, tool 1, tool 2, tool 3. And it's basically her AI accelerator of what she would normally do in a Zoom interview. She's now having the client DIY it in a actual tool set that lives in a sub account because she knows the podcaster is going to need a sub account, right? So I just thought that was really cool and unique. I've seen another type of coach that teaches people how to start courses have a course builder accelerator that also, helps them come up with a monetizable skill that they can turn into a course. And then all the tools to market the course. That's another cool thing because, one thing we've realized early on, especially now that I would say that, the AI hype is obviously real. It's unbelievably valuable AI has been to all of our lives, especially if we work digitally. But ChatGPT is so open-ended, it's almost like an ocean. And these tools are almost like pickaxes, like very specific tools in your tool belt to achieve a specific outcome. And usually these come in the forms of copy paste prompts, fill in the blank prompts. But if you basically control these AI tools and they live within your community, you sort of hold that ownership, and that IP is ultimately yours. So again, this is a tool set. I'm not going to jump into the users and plans login mode yet. I'm going to try to get to that at the end. I want to just dive straight in to show you guys how easy it is to actually build a tool. So we're going to look at the copilots first, right? So I'm going to click on Copilots here, but I'm actually not going to start from scratch. I'm going to go and just open one I already created. And this is just to give you a super easy example. This is a coffee recommender Copilot. Now you're probably wondering, when would I ever use this? Well, maybe you're not building it for yourself because you want a coffee recommender. Maybe you have a coffee shop where they want a cool interactive AI experience on their website, a Copilot that's trained on their menu, a Copilot that is a itinerary builder. You could come up with so many cool things. And the cool thing with FormWise is you can build unlimited copilots. We don't limit you on the amount of copilots you are able to actually use and create. So building a copilot is easy. And before we talk about prompt engineering, I just want to say you don't need to be a prompt engineer to build an AI tool. We have so many templates, copy paste templates, and resources, and done for you prompt services that where we can help you come up with that perfect copilot. So if you're wanting a copilot for your course, maybe you want a lead magnet copilot. We're gonna begin with you. Yeah, maybe you want one for a specific topic or something. We can help you with that Copilot prompt. So on the left side, I have where I would paste my instructions. So here are my prompt instructions for this coffee recommender Copilot. I'm giving it an identity. I got style guardrails. I got response guidelines, and I basically have the instructions on how to take the conversation with the end user. So if I start a conversation here with the specific Copilot, it's going to follow my instructions here on the left side. This is just a preview of what the Copilot looks like on on the phone and on the desktop. I can add a description here. So this description goes right here. I can add, like a greeting message or conversation starters. I actually have some conversation starters here. I can remove them if I want. So if I just want it to be kind of open-ended like that, I am able to do that. I can choose my AI engine model. And yes, we will be adding non-open AI engines very soon to also support all the awesome engines that are available out there. At the moment, we only support open AI engines. And if you do happen to be a prompt engineer, we got you. The OpenAI playground settings are here. That way you can fine tune that specific copilot. I know this is really popular with GPTs, but it's also available for copilots. So it's essentially almost think of the copilot builder here as a GPT builder, except it's white labeled and you can embed it anywhere. And of course the knowledge. So you can actually scrape your website and you can pull in data from your website. You can upload a CSV, you can upload a PDF, and you can attach pieces of data to the Copilot. That way, if it's appropriate in the conversation, the Copilot can pull data from there. So that's good because OpenAI is not trained on everything. And if OpenAI doesn't know something, what ends up happening? The AI hallucinates and it makes up stuff. And we want to improve accuracy here. So that's a great way to sort of keep that accuracy strong. And of course, this is something we added a few months ago, and this is capabilities. So the Copilot has the ability to search the internet. So if you ask it to search the weather, it will do it as long as the instructions, allow it to. It can also scrape URLs. So if you give it a URL, it can visit the website. It can know what's on the website, and then you can say, hey, write an email using my website. It is able to do that with the web scraping. There's also user data sources. So if you allow the user to upload data, let me get the Zoom thing out the way. You are able to do that as well. You could upload like I just have some sample data here. I could upload a PDF and then have the Copilot talk about the PDF. And the Copilot can have strict instructions like, hey, only talk about coffee in this example. Only talk about the itinerary of this area. So I've seen a lot of people also build like travel itinerary Copilots. So you're able to do that. Again, it's going to follow the instructions here. So even if I ask it, probably if I turn on the web browsing and I ask it for the weather, what's the weather in LA? It's probably not going to tell me because it's probably only see, I'm only here to help you with coffee recommendations, which is good, good. But if I were to remove all these instructions and ask it for the weather, it would search for the weather and it'd bring me up-to-date, accurate information. And of course, if you are in Europe and you fall under GDPR guidelines, we do have the consent agreements. That way you can create something where they have to accept your terms of service before they use a Copilot. I know that's important in Europe, not so much in America, but that is there if you are going to be collecting information. That's optional in there. And then, of course, you can add your own notice message. Right now, there are two themes here. There's the like the light mode and the dark mode. But let's just say we're ready to publish this. I love my bot and I'm going to publish it. I can embed the Copilot, grab that code, and embed it anywhere, or just share a direct link to it. And if you don't care about the FormWise branding, you can do that. I recommend you just embed it on your website and just share a link to your website, or add it to a tool set. Right? You could add it to a tool set, and they can use your actual, they can use your Copilot inside of a tool set as long as you've got that tool set embedded somewhere. Okay, but that's the Copilots. Copilots are really straightforward. Before I jump into the SmartForms, I'm going to show you a little bit about the templates. We do have a ton of awesome templates inside of the dashboard. I have probably 1,000 AI tools in my account because I make all the templates. So, but you are able to access all the templates here for, like specific individual tools. And all these templates you can actually customize once you load them in your account. So, if I go to lead magnet, you can see some of our specific lead magnets in here. And I'm always adding new ones. And if you do have one that you want, usually when somebody requests one, it's like it's a really specific template that might not make sense for everybody, but we can help you create that. But if you do have a template request, we can create that for you. But yeah, I mean, you're able to load all these in and they will be in your account. And we recently introduced this on Monday. This is actually super new. Is if you don't want to start from scratch, you don't want to just pick a few tools and create a tool set, we actually have starter packs, which are basically bundles of tools that are all kind of within the same sort of topic. So say you want to quickly monetize or promote to your audience a blog writing and SEO toolkit, you can import the entire tool set within your account and embed it. So, and you can actually preview what it looks like. So let's go preview this real quick before I'm actually not going to import this one because I have it in my account, but you would one click import it. And here's all the tools that come in that specific bundle. So you got basically a SEO AI powered mini SaaS that can be embedded anywhere. And let's go ahead and jump into a little bit of the settings that you're able to customize here on the tool set. So
do you want to take a question from Manila first? Yeah. Or would you rather hold it all to the end? Sometimes it's easier when you're going through different things to. Okay, we'll do.
It's fine. Yeah. Yes. Go ahead and answer that question.
Say, Javi, I got a question. I had an issue with ads, Google Ads. For some reason, the wrong information or whatever, and they logged me for about 4 months. Okay. So my question is, can we create a tool that will analyze your ad before you put it on Google or Facebook or anywhere, so it keeps you from violating any of their protocols and stuff like that? Basically using their protocol as a guidance for the tool.
Yeah. I mean, we use ChatGPT nowadays to like we have a few clients like in the restrictive categories or that are follow the special ad categories on Facebook ads. And when we write their copy, we're always so afraid of their ad account getting suspended. So we asked ChatGPT, hey, can you write this in a way that doesn't, use the restricted keywords that Facebook, doesn't allow us to market. And that's kind of a good way to sort of sanitize a copy before it gets published. You could create a tool that does that in here. And as a matter of fact, if you want, I can use that as an example when I create my SmartForm here in a bit to show you how easy that would be to build, if that's okay with you.
I would love that. And everybody else would too.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Great use, by the way.
Yes. I'll build a SmartForm that does that here in just a minute. So on the tool sets, if you wanted to edit the tool sets, again, super easy. You can just click on the tool. You can upload your own custom icon, add a description, change the name if you want. Notice here it says lock this tool. This is going to be part of the login mode. Whenever login mode comes out, you will essentially be able to add your own plans to this tool set. which means when somebody visits your embedded tool set somewhere, they will need to pick a plan, pay depending on the plans you've set up, and they will essentially have a login to your tool set, and they can use your tools, depending how you set up your plan, if it's going to be a credit based or you're going to require them to enter their own OpenAI API key, they will be able to use your tools. So essentially you have if you guys are familiar with like platforms like Blaze.ai or Jasper.ai, those are all copywriting tools, which are great tools because essentially they're just a tool set of a bunch of really cool tools. You can build your own version of that for your industry, for your community. I'll give you another example of a type of user that we have at FormWise. Is we have one that helps people publish books and publish ebooks. They're like an author CRM, and they have a tool set that helps people come up with their chapter outline, the back cover story, like their, even help them write parts of the ebook. And they built a mini SaaS platform using the tool sets. And this is going to actually help them a ton because oftentimes they just want to be able to, they want their users to be able to just log into the tool set without going through high level. And this is going to be a great way to do that. So this is not out yet. This is coming very soon. But once you set up these tiers, whenever somebody visits your tool set, they have to pick a plan, and you'll be able to do it via Go High Level or just embedded on any website, really. And yes, we are, Bridgett, we are thinking of Go High Level people because they've been very loyal to FormWise. So whenever somebody signs up to your tool set, you'll be able to trigger a webhook, and it's captured into a workflow, so you can add them to a welcome series and stuff like that. So you'll be able to do all that cool stuff. But yeah, and then you'll be able to track all of your users here on who's signed up, if they paid, how many times have they used your tool. They'll be able to buy credits if they run out of credits, all that good stuff. And they'll have access to all of your tools in one place. So I'm really excited for that to come. We are at the finish line for that. We're just doing QA, so that is coming extremely soon. But yeah, this is how you sort of customize a tool set. Again, with FormWise, you're able to create unlimited copilots, unlimited SmartForms, and depending on your plan, unlimited tool sets. So again, we have people building literally thousands of tools, whether it's a lead magnet for a specific client, or they're building tool sets for a client with a bunch of brand specific tools, or maybe they're just building one tool set and they are letting their audience use that tool set. So kind of similar to what Bridgett and what Lead Dragon is doing. But I'm going to jump to the SmartForms now. I'm going to build actually that tool. I forgot the gentleman's name, wanted to see me build, but I'm going to show you just the components of it, because this is really how we started as a platform. Is we started with the SmartForms, and we started with the idea that if people can build a form, they can build an AI tool. And when you build a smart AI form, what's so funny is we actually built an AI tool builder to build your AI tool. You just describe your tool. So you can do that. I don't want to take the easy route. I actually want to show you guys how easy it is just to build it from scratch. But that is an option here. You don't have to even do it yourself anymore. It's so crazy how fast this industry is moving. But we're going to jump in here into start blank. And let's just do PPC copy cleaner. Let's just call it that. That's going to be the name of our tool. And we're going to create the tool. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. And all right, it should have already opened. Let me refresh here.
It's the live gremlins, it attacks my live stream every Friday.
I can't believe I've created like 20 tools today already, and I can't believe it just did that.
And when Javier says the easy route, that's for people like me, because I'm not technical. Like, there's two ends of the spectrum here. I'm non-technical because I'm more sales, business development. Javier's extremely technical, so it fits anybody from me to him in FormWise.
Yes, and that's really the philosophy. This is a no-code platform. Again, this is super. If you can make a form and you can use ChatGPT, you can make an AI tool. You're an AI tool builder already. So in the PPC copy cleaner, I'm in the SmartForm builder. It's a little bit different than the copilots, because in the SmartForms, you need to add your fields. We need to know what type of information we are going to collect from the end user. So I'm going to make this super simple. I'm only going to collect two pieces of information. I want to know, what is your existing copy, or I'm just going to say paste your PPC copy below. That's all I'm going to say. You know, you can add your own placeholder stuff in here if you want. I'm going to make this a required question. Again, I can collect other pieces of information as well, but again, I'm going to keep this simple. And then I'm going to add another question here. I'm going to say, what is your industry? Okay, so I'm collecting 2 pieces of information. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to update the submit button so it can say clean copy. Okay. And I'm going to do one more thing, and I'm going to update the question ID. So I'm going to do PPC copy, and you'll see why I do this here in just a second. This is going to be industry. Okay. Oh, and I need to make this required. Okay, so I've finished my front end. Awesome. So this is my front end, right? They answer question 1 and question 2. Now I can also make it look like more like a traditional form by making it single page view, and it'll show both of the questions in one place. And I'll jump into the other cool settings here in just a minute, but this is my front end. Again, if you're a fan of black and white, then you'll love this UI. If not, we do have a theme builder. I'm not going to go too deep into the theme builder because there's like a ton of cool features here. You can add CSS, you can change the colors and all that good stuff. I'm going to keep it simple, guys. I'm going to just keep it black and white. And now we're going to go to the fun part, because when we collect this information, we want to do something with this information. And here's where the prompting comes in. So we're going to click on the prompt builder here on the left side. And we're going to click on the first step. We're going to click to add a prompt. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to name our prompt. We're going to call this PPC copy cleaner. The reason I want to name my prompt, because if I ever want to reuse a prompt again, I can just go back and pull it. So it's just a good way to store all your prompts in one place. So now here's the fun part. Here's the engine that's powering the tool, the instructions. So I'm going to say, I need you to clean the Google PPC copy below so it follows Google's guideline and again, I'm not a PPC expert, of Google's guideline of acceptable copy for advertising. Okay. And I'm going to say copy, and I'm going to hit that @ symbol, and I'm going to pull in that question ID. That's why I renamed those question IDs so it didn't say Q1, Q2. I want to know what I'm mapping. So PPC copy. The company advertising is in this industry. Boom. And now I'm going to select my AI model, and I'm going to go with 4.0 because it's like my favorite one. But you'll see a short little description on what the other engines are good for. Some are cheaper, some have longer outputs. 4.0 is a pretty, like probably the most complex one. I mean, not complex as in hard to use, but like it's the most powerful one. And this is where I could also add my data sources, just like in the Copilots. I could upload a PDF. I could sort of like, actually, this would be good if I had the PPC like terms and conditions of the type of copy I can and can't use. I would probably upload it here. That way you could, check. But I'm pretty sure OpenAI is probably trained on this, I would say. And then here's the capabilities too. I can add web browsing. So maybe, if I wanted to search the internet, maybe Google updated their rules. It would be good to have that capability so it can get it up to date, right? So we're going to save the prompt. And the only thing I'm going to update now is really just the AI response. I wanted to say, here's your new copy. And I'm going to call this cleaning your copy. And you'll see what this represents here. So we're going to test our tool. Let's test it live. And I actually don't have any PPC copy to use. Let me go grab some PPC copy real quick. Give me 1 second. Let me go grab some.
You're good. Does anybody have any questions while he looks that up? I think Manolo, I saw your hand. I didn't know if it was still up or.
Yeah, my question was gonna be, rather than enter the information, can I just add a link? And he answered right after that. I could send the tool to go search Google and fix it for me. That was pretty good.
Yeah, that's.
I like to think everybody else saw it and go like, wow, that's really good.
Yeah, and of course, I went to ChatGPT to go ask it for some fake PPC copy. Okay, let's go. Okay, I'm just gonna paste that in there. Just pretend this is my PPC copy. My industry is roofing, and I'm gonna clean the copy, and this is gonna generate a cleaned version of that. This version avoids the use of emojis and excessive punctuation while maintaining a clear and professional tone in line with Google's guidelines. Awesome. Now, again, I'm not an expert at all in what PPC's guidelines are, but if you are, remember, you control the output fully with the instructions. If you need to give it examples, if you need to give a specific template to output the result in, if you need it to also create different tasks in multiple variations, I could say here, and by the way, the double hashtag when you're prompting, whether in FormWise or ChatGPT, the double hashtag represents a line break. So it kind of divides the instructions. So I'm going to say here, please give me 4 different variations. So whenever I save the prompt, publish to live, and I go back to my tool again, get the zoom thing out the way, and I do it again, it's going to give me 4 different variations. Roofing, clean copy. And again, this is really good for taking, like, even building a tool where it takes a regular copy and improves the copy. You'll also be able to do that. So again, remember, I asked it to give me 4 this time, so it's giving me 4 variations. So you fully control what's spat out, right? So say I'm happy with this. Okay, this is cool. I can go now. Again, I can add my theme and stuff if I wanted it to look pretty. But if I just want to embed this tool just in one place, I can just hit share, copy that code, and embed it. If I want to add it to my tool set, we'll just go add it into the toolset builder, and it's there. But it's that easy, guys. And the cool thing is, like I said, let's just say there was a course on following Google's PPC guidelines. You can embed these tools in the course, and now the course is more dynamic. It's not a static course anymore. It's a course that could possibly be a recurring product now that it has these AI functions in it. Another thing I'll share here is you don't have to necessarily show the results to the end user. You could redirect them. You could show them a thank page. All of the results are still going to live in the backend here in my responses tab, like the 2 that I just made. And then you're probably wondering, well, I don't want it to just live in FormWise because I want it to go into my CRM. I want it to go into high level. I want it to go into Zapier, into a Google Doc or Google Sheet. You can do that. You can go to settings and you can webhook. You can add a webhook. If you're not familiar with what a webhook is, a webhook is basically an address. And GHL can give you one of those. If you open up a workflow builder and add the inbound webhook trigger, you'll get an address and you can paste it here. And then whenever somebody submits your tool, all the data that they submitted and the AI response will go to the webhook. You can create a contact. And you'll create a contact only if you're collecting like a email on the phone, of course. But all that data can be extracted out of FormWise, so you can deliver it in a different manner. I'll give you an example here. So remember those examples I showed earlier, like where, for example, this plan that was generated on this fitness plan. So I entered my email at the end. If I would have had this connected to a workflow in GHL, for example, I could create a contact from the email. I could have redirected this person to a thank you page and then told them on the thank you page, check your email. I just sent you a custom fitness plan, instead of delivering it right then and there. So that way they have to check their email to get the personalized results. So that's a really cool use case we saw very early on. We call those dynamic lead magnets. No more conditional logic stuff. Everything is created and custom built to them. And that's one thing you can do. That is possible with the webhook feature here. And of course, if you want to just send it to Zapier, if you're Zapier Wiz, you can then save it to a Google Doc template, a spreadsheet, all that good stuff. And there's a few other cool features here. Like if you want to control where it's embedded, that way it's only embedded on allowed websites. You can turn off the branding or leave it on. If you do leave it on, you can have your affiliate link on there. And again, the actual display style, which again, you can make it so it's one question at a time, or they see all the questions in one place. But yeah, those are the smart forms. And we started our platform with just smart forms. Now we added Copilot. We're adding a few other cool things here in the near future. But the smart forms for me, I see it as you're basically hand-holding people how to use ChatGPT to get a very specific result. And a lot of people, and again, I almost feel guilty sharing this because I feel like I'm stealing from some of our users, but some of them are saying to their audience, hey, I have fill in the blank ChatGPT tools. That is a huge, huge thing because, again, like I said in the beginning, ChatGPT is like an ocean. And these are like very specific, useful tools, and they can live in your ecosystem. But that sort of, guys, that sort of concludes my presentation. I would love to jump into a Q&A and be able to answer any questions anybody has. Yeah, I hope that was good, Bridgett.
Yeah, of course. Rick, how's it
Yeah,
going?
that was real good. I'm glad to see that it will be, you can embed it in iframes. That was something I was interested in. But also, is there a limitation on the words for a prompt, or if you're scraping websites, what type of limitation is there on the data?
That's such a good question. So our limitation is really the OpenAI API limitation, which is 128,000 tokens on the main call. So what that kind of, and that would include what the data you're sending and the data you're bringing back. So it's safe to say about 7,500 words that you can send, and you can reliably get back 7,500 words as well. And that includes the data you're attaching. So if you're attaching the like the Lord of the Rings book, well, the tool, you might not be able to get a big response back because it's having to read that data every time you hit submit, for example.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, people have built tools that generate entire blogs. And one thing I didn't really share because it's kind of an advanced feature. If we go back into the PPC copy cleaner, which this is actually really relevant to your question, is this tool is just outputting one thing. It's outputting the copy. What if, let me turn off that webhook thing. What if I also want to add an additional prompt? So what if I want to say, I can add an additional prompt here. I can say meta, no, I can say PPC to meta. I'm gonna name my prompt that. And I can say, please turn the PPC copy below into a Facebook ad. And I can hit add, and I can prompt chain the output from the first step. So now you're not, because all of these are limited by that limitation, actually the 128,000 tokens, but each one of them has it, which means you can have 7,500 words here, 7,500 words here, and you could do it up to 99 times. And we do have people that build these prompt chained tools where they fill out one form and it generates 20 pieces of content. So imagine that for a offer. Hey, if you fill out my form, or you don't have to call it a form. Hey, if you use my AI tool, you'll get 20 pieces of content for your audience. If that's part of your offer, right? So let's actually test this out. Let me kind of show you how this works. This is a prompt change step, and let me hit save. Let me call this. Here's a meta ad version. And we can publish live. Let's go into the copy cleaner. Let's kind of start over here. We can, let me go grab some of that fake PPC copy again. Let's use a different one this time. Okay, we're gonna paste that copy here, industry, IT, okay? We're gonna clean the copy, and now it's gonna generate those PPC variations, and then it's gonna take that first output, and it's gonna turn it into a meta ad. So think about the content repurposing tools you're also able to create. Again, if that's something you're helping your audience with, you can create all sorts of cool content repurposer tools. I've seen people build transcript tools where somebody pastes a video transcript and then it turns that transcript into emails or into social posts. And at the moment, because I always get this question, hey, can we generate images with this? Not yet, not possible yet, but that is on our roadmap. Look, and it created the meta version of these. And again, like I said, you control the output completely. If you want it to follow, a specific copy framework, maybe you want it to follow Rob Bailey's copy framework or Frank Kern's copy framework. You can literally just add that in the prompt. your end user will never know. They'll just think it's the best copy written ever, right? Yeah. So does that answer your question?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I know Rick has a program, and I just was thinking, Rick, like, how cool would it be if people want to promote the program, right? That's the whole point. How cool would it be for you to create this tool set that knows everything about your program, that they can create those custom emails, like not just the standard like stock emails that you would add to a snapshot and everybody gets access to, but their own. So it's like, this is my business and this is how Rick's program would benefit you, basically. Love it.
Yeah. Yes.
I think,
And as far as resources, guys, I do want to share this real quick. It's we do have we built a FormWise tool that you can answer a few questions of your area of expertise, and it'll come up with 5 different tools you can create unique to you in FormWise, and it'll give you the prompt to use to make them. So with your permission, Bridgett, I can put this in the chat for them to use. And again, we are literally using a FormWise tool to do this. And I just built this landing page in Go High Level. I'll put it in the chat right here. There we go. And again, this is just if you want to fill out the form here, it's going to give you 5 tools that you can monetize tailored to your expertise and audience in literal seconds.
see, guys, what Javi did was use the tool to sell the tool. That's what I'm always preaching. If your tools are great in sales, you're going to be using them, right? What a better like case study. Like, we actually use this tool to sell the tool. I love it.
Yeah, and I'm always thinking, you know how Russell would say, "You're one funnel away." I'm kind of doing the thing. You're one tool away, right? So awesome. So yeah, I mean, do we have any more questions?
Yeah, we got Keith and Charles.
Cool.
I don't know who was first, but I think Keith.
Mine's pretty quick. So thanks for this. It's been great. Tech savvy, maybe new-ish to all of these platforms. So at the 10,000 foot view here for your SmartForms, I see the tool set is kind of unique, and I see Bridgett's when I log into her version of High Level. For the SmartForms, how far ahead is the capability of what you're offering over what you can do within High Level? And then same kind of question where I don't think copilots are necessarily a thing, but where are they now and how do you see your roadmap ahead versus theirs?
Yeah, it looks like whenever High Level added their content AI, they're kind of shooting from the hip, and they've not really improved that product at all. As a Go High Level reseller myself, that's just how I started in this industry. We were one of the first 1,000 users with High Level, and from the content AI that they have, not even of the quality of their output, which I'll talk about here in a minute. It's the fact that you have to rebill it to your sub accounts, and you nickel and dime them, and then they look at their statement and they see a 11-cent charge because they decided to generate some social media captions. They don't let you enter a OpenAI API key for you to get the wholesale price, which OpenAI has actually lowered their API fees 3 times since we started FormWise, which is unprecedented because computing power is, there's more investment in computing power, so they have to make these engines cheap to make it economically feasible for them to make money and get it in the hands of everybody. So these engines are supposed to be really cheap and High Level, and they still expect you to rebill it to your end users. That's kind of a different philosophy from us where, yeah, you can require your end users to enter their own OpenAI API key, but you can also eat the fees and just it be part of your broader subscription, whether you're bundling it with a course, a membership subscription, or even the CRM itself. For example, in our GHL, we do not nickel and dime our end users. That's just our philosophy. The other thing about the quality of the output, I'm not a big fan of the quality of the output, and sometimes I have used it just out of convenience because it's there, and then I don't even end up using it because it's so bad. But I still had to pay for it. I probably pay like 2 pennies for it. So in this case, these are tailored because I control the prompt in the tool fully. If I want all the copy written here to follow Frank Kern's copywriting style, I can do that. I can't do that with the content AI. The other thing too is I can embed this in the membership area. I can embed this on my website. I can use it as a lead magnet. I can use it as a downsell. If somebody wants to cancel my CRM, but they like the tool set, I can turn everything off and just leave the toolset iframe menu link and charge them $30 a month for access to it. When we introduce login mode and the end users can store responses and save the things that the toolsets have helped them generate, that's going to make the toolsets even stickier. So the 10,000 foot view, I really don't see GHO ever building something like this. I mean, for what it's worth, Sean Clark told me they would never build something like this. When we have a co-pilots and the co-pilots can read the stuff in the sub account, that, in my opinion, is going to be a game changer. I could see them maybe building something like that, but it's probably going to be an add-on to every sub account versus us. We're going to let you build as many co-pilots as you want. We're not going to charge you more for that. And that'll be really powerful because whenever you're able to have a co-pilot in here that can read this stuff in the sub account, that's huge. As a matter of fact, I wasn't going to show this, but I'll show here for you guys just a little sneak peek of what this, and you can currently do this right now. And I'll show you how to do this, Bridgett, because it's a little bit technical, but this is going to be easy to do in the future. So I just pulled up a contact here, okay? And if you see this button up here, I can click Open Copilot. And what I can do right now is I can open ChatGPT here while I'm doing this. And our vision, I'm just going to tell you our vision. Our vision is to have a Copilot in this iframe pop-up that can read your screen, that can read the contact details, that can read the conversations, and you can ask it for help. Hey, make me an email for Deborah. Or hey, how, help me overcome this sales objection. And it's trained on maybe your knowledge base. It's trained on your instructions. It's trained on XYZ. So we see the co-pilots again being and the reason I say this is because Salesforce has this, but it's like $100,000 for a Salesforce account. High Level doesn't have this. Whether they're going to build this or not, I have no idea. But we are going to build it, and it'll be used for High Level, but it will be platform agnostic. You don't necessarily need it for High Level. You'll be connected with QuickBooks, Google Sheets, Calendly, whatever you need to connect it with, and it'll actually be a true co-pilot. It'll be like the Star Trek thing that knows everything, sort of, but for your computer.
Mm-hmm. and by the way, that's the FormWise ChatGPT. That's not actually
Yes.
ChatGPT.
Yes, this is a FormWise. Yes. This is a FormWise ChatGPT clone. And I can actually, Sean posted in the Facebook group. I think, was it earlier today, Sean?
Yeah,
you showed people how to build it. Yeah, Sean posted it in our Facebook group how to build a ChatGPT clone. It's ridiculously easy. And yeah, if you need help with it, we can help you do that as well.
Yeah, and talk on that for just 2 seconds. Is that just as simple as that? If we get down to just the simplicity of all this, just this ChatGPT clone, if you have it in your high-level account, you're going to keep people in your ecosystem. It's just like Meta or anybody else. They don't want you going anywhere. Well, we don't want nobody going anywhere. So if you can make it easy and available for your clients to go down into your high level or whatever you use to use your clone version of ChatGPT, then they don't, because a lot of people, everybody in this world are not like the guys and girls that's on this call. The 99.99%, some of them don't even know how to go get it. And then they don't know how to use it. But here we make it very simple. That way they just got access here within their high-level account or wherever you choose to put it, maybe even in your courses or communities. I know Bridgett may be doing that as well, but like we see that because even like myself, I'm not that technical. Instead of me going over to ChatGPT like Javier and all you guys probably use, I just go to some of these tools that we've already got built. It's just easier for me. I don't have to figure out how to prompt it. It's it's kind of ready,
Yeah, look, guys, and I love ChatGPT. It is like, it's added like 20 IQ points for me, and I really needed those IQ points. Like, it has been a game changer for me. But the truth is, it's an ocean, and it's like so open-ended, and you have to know exactly how to ask to get what you want. What we're doing over here at FormWise is we are, like Sean said, operationalizing AI outcomes. So you want to use ChatGPT to build a customer avatar? Well, here's a tool. Again, it's the same thing. It's an OpenAI API. It's the same engine, the same thing that powers ChatGPT. You're not getting any worse results here. As a matter of fact, you're controlling the better outcome by having them go through your custom tool in your ecosystem, and ideally, you're monetizing that whole experience. So
You guys, it's like, again, what we always talk about is reselling high level is awesome. We all love it, right? It's all the foundation of our businesses. But if you don't add value on top of high level, then you're just competing on price. And that's the quickest way to fail. So we want to add these additional tools that is perfect for our client, because the more successful they are using our platform, the longer they're going to stay. So it's a win-win for everyone. And this is so simple. So you can even just use the templates pretty much out of the box. Like, you really don't even have to do a lot of
Right. That's right.
And if you want a custom tool, SaaS support,
and also, I will say, if you guys need prompts built, they're the ones to do it. Charles, I'll go ahead and get your question, and then we'll go ahead and spin the wheel and have an amazing weekend.
Okay. I have 2.5 questions. I started with one, but 1.5 came up. So I'll start with what just came up because it's based on a Copilot. First thing is, would it be able to read call transcripts?
So unless you're copy pasting those call transcripts when you communicate with it, that's the only way at the moment. But yes, in our roadmap, ideally, if high level ever allows, and I don't know if they do or not, the via API, the call transcript for the contact, yes. But not at the moment. At the moment, if you want like a thing that's going to analyze a call transcript, you got to go copy it and paste it as an input and then have it read it, just like you would with ChatGPT right now.
Okay. And then what you just showed us on the Copilot, it's in the example of that particular user, that's live right now.
Yeah. The one you just saw, this one right here.
Yeah.
So technically, you can build like your own custom ChatGPT and embed it anywhere. What I have here is actually another Go High Level add-on that I can get Bridgett to share with you. That it's a customizer, and I can add an iframe button anywhere I want inside of GHL. And of course, I'm gonna iframe FormWise, right? I'm gonna iframe my FormWise tools for my audience. And I have two things iframed here. I have a Copilot and I have a custom SMS and email tool that actually autofills the data in the form already. But the reason I was showing you this is because in the future, the Copilot will be able to read stuff that's in the sub account. That's what I'm so excited for. Again, Salesforce has something like this called Genius GPT, if you want to look it up. And it's like enterprise level stuff. It's awesome. That's my vision for this particular use case in FormWise.
So that's just a button showing the copy of the clone of a GHL, but that's not actually looking at the information in that contact to help create the response that we saw. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
Only this smart form here actually reads what's on the screen, and it only reads a contact name right here. It only reads the first name.
Okay, and then the other part was, I know you can send information from FormWise to GHL. Can you do that in reverse?
Yes, we do, and it's not a very common use case, but we do have a FormWise API where if you want to AIfy your forms on a third-party platform like GHL or Typeform or Google Forms, we do have an API where you can basically build the same exact form in FormWise as you would in Google Forms. When somebody submits your Google form, you can send that data to FormWise. We will run it through your form, and then we will send you back the response. So yes, we do have an API.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it, and this was terrific.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for.
Manolo's going to ask for a discount. I appreciate you, Manolo, in advance.
Oh, yes. I will get with Bridgett. I promise.
I said Charles is the last one, but that was so funny. Let's go ahead and get Manolo, and then I promise this will be the last one. And then go ahead.
Well, it was going to be 2 questions, but it's going to be only one now. I did like everything, and I'm quite sure everybody else did. it is, I guess once you get it, it's not so confusing. But do you have videos on how to do this? I mean, will we have access to them? And you probably answered that
Yes.
question in the past.
Yes. We have a whole resources center with videos and templates, and yes. And we also have office hours twice a week where you can join Zoom and you can speak to me, Julian, our team. Julian speaks Spanish too. So, oh, and by the way, you can make the tools in any language too. Like we have people in all sorts of
Awesome.
in all sorts of languages. So it's not just English only. The GPT will generate stuff in Spanish, and you can make the questions in Spanish. So yes, yeah.
I highly appreciate that. I'm glad you just clarified that right away because I would love all these tools in Spanish.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Spanish, French. Yeah, I've even seen it in I think it's Mandarin that I've seen the tools created. So yeah.
Yeah,
it's
one
totally
other thing,
possible.
Javier, on that is that, of course, I won't name the big coaching company. We've got a major coaching company that everybody would know the guy's name if I said it. But they had paid us last year to build a international, what was it, different tools. So everything from, I can't remember what it was, Vietnamese to French to, I forget what it was. Anyway, it's definitely, the capabilities are in there to do whatever you need to language.
Yep.
And I will say, if you guys go to myvisionagency.com/FormWise, I did add a button there to the playlist of all the training that I've done.
Oh yeah. Bridgett
They
has
do have
awesome training about this. Yes. I actually send FormWise users to your training all the time. It's so good.
Yay, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Javi and Sean. I really appreciate it. I love what you guys are doing with FormWise. I think it's so cool. It's like you were saying, like Sean's never gonna, high level's never gonna create something like this, and that's kind
That's
of
right.
true for all-in-ones. You can't be an all-in-one platform and just be phenomenal at every single thing, and you can't be as advanced either. That's why a lot of, some of us do use those third-party tools, and FormWise is one of those. It's like I said, it really bridges the gap between the techie aspect of AI and the user, right? Like, we're techies, but our users are not. And so it's our job to make that as simple as possible so that we can save time and we're not having to say, yes, here's the information and here's da 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 da. We just have the tool that does it for us. So I love that. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for the
Glad to
invitation.
be here.
I
Thank you,
enjoyed it a
Bridgett.
ton. Thank you, Bridgett.
Cool. And I'm sure I'll see you at the summit this year. I do want to go ahead and spin the wheel. I want to make sure that I got everyone's name in the wheel. So if I do not call your name, definitely let me know. We have Manolo, Keith, Rick, Anthony, Charles, Frankie, Aisha, Keck, Maria, and Ray. Did I miss anyone? No? Okay, let me go ahead and spin the wheel here. All right, here we go. And it's Keith. I don't think Keith's ever won before.
I started the whole add my name last and win trend, but I'm happy to get another one. Thank you very much.
I will see the link when we're done here. Did you guys have any questions for me before we go for the weekend? No?
I have one, but we can wait for Monday.
Are you sure?
Anyway.
Go ahead. I'm still here.
Yeah, I'm having an issue with I'm working on the bots big times. I mean, I have concentrated on it. And when you go to the bot and it tells you that you could enter your API, so I went to a ChatGPT API and created an API, and I entered there, but it's telling me it's an incorrect API. And maybe we should wait for Monday.
I feel like somebody else was saying that too, and I'm not sure what the solution was.
Dude.
Was that you too? Yeah, Tony.
Yes.
Did you solve the problem?
No, I'm still dealing with it. And today we just got, they just didn't want to take responsibility for it. I literally had to make a video showing how my API key works in other competitor platforms and it just will not work in theirs. And I feel like they just ghosted me. So I'm waiting. I'm hoping, like, eventually I sent them an aggressive letter, and they wanted me to do a phone call with them on Monday. So, I mean, I don't know what a phone call is going to do, but I'm having a builder all deja vu, man.
Oh, well, we don't
Yeah.
want that. Well,
Yeah.
I will reach out to them and I'll send them the clip of this video, and then hopefully they'll resolve it for you.
Yeah, send them something, Manolo, because I know it's a their end problem. I know it is.
So, you
I'll
know,
wait for Bridgett.
yeah,
Okay.
well, it is good, and I do want you to submit that, Manolo, because here's why. You know, when you're on the other end of the tech support and you're the one who's responsible for solving the problem, sometimes it's really hard to know, like, especially if it's one person reports something, you just, I mean, unfortunately, most, like 95% of tech issues are user error. And so, unfortunately, we kind of assume it's user error. But certainly when another person says that, just like when Manolo said that, I was like, oh, somebody else said that. That's a clear indicator that this is an issue that needs to be resolved. So I will reach out to them. Also, Manolo, definitely you reach out as well. And hopefully they will recognize this as an actual issue and then solve the problem.
Dude,
You
you don't
got it.
know how much better you made me feel bringing that up, because I honestly thought there is that chance that it is user error, and I'm making all this noise, and at the end it could be my fault, right? But I had a pretty good idea it wasn't, and to hear you say it now, I know for sure it's
Yeah. Well, I will send them a message when I'm done here. Cool.
Cool.
All right. Well, you guys have an awesome weekend. Keith, I'll send you that email when we're done here as well. And I will see you all on Monday. And remember, I'm here Monday and Tuesday, but then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I'll be in Dallas for the SaaSpreneur event. So I'm planning on learning lots of things that I can bring back and share with you guys. So have an awesome weekend, and I will see you all on Monday. Go make your vision a reality. Bye.